Welcome to the TxDOT Beaumont District 1069 Interchanges virtual public hearing pre-recorded video presentation. TxDOT is proposing to reconstruct and expand I-10 and US 69 where they converge in Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas as part of the 1069 Interchanges project. Given the unique circumstance of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting public health during this national emergency, TxDOT is conducting this virtual public hearing to avoid in-person contact. At this time, the online format will be in lieu of an in-person public hearing. The presentation will cover the same information the Beaumont District would have shared at an in-person public hearing. However, the comment process will be different, and that will be explained shortly. All project information can be found on the TxDOT website. My name is Octavio Science, and I would like to welcome and also thank you for watching this virtual public hearing that was shared with the public starting on Tuesday, April 28, 2020. I am the Public Information Officer for the FAR District, but I am serving as your presenter on behalf of the Beaumont District. We'll be covering the following areas: a project overview, environmental overview, project schedule and next steps, the public comment process, and this will be a little different than our in-person public hearings. More information on that later. And then, adjournment will conclude this video presentation. Prior to December 16, 2014, the Federal Highway Administration, otherwise known as FHWA, reviewed and approved documents prepared under the National Environmental Policy Act, known as NEPA. However, on December 16, 2014, the Texas Department of Transportation assumed responsibility from the FHWA for reviewing and approving certain assigned NEPA environmental documents. This Memorandum of Understanding was renewed on December 9, 2019. This review and approval process applies to this proposed project. This virtual public hearing presented by TxDOT is being provided to share information and to encourage comments from the public regarding the proposed 1069 Interchanges project. Notices for this hearing were published on the TxDOT website and appeared in the Beaumont Enterprise on Sunday, April 12, 2020. The notice was also mailed to adjacent property owners and elected officials. Vietnamese and Spanish notices were also published on the TxDOT website and appeared in the Beaumont Enterprise on Sunday, April 12, 2020. Additionally, the Spanish notice was published in the El Perico newspaper on Sunday, April 12, 2020. In addition, additional outreach for this virtual public hearing included media, social media, postcards, and email communications. TxDOT is committed to continuing our efforts to gain public feedback about this project. We understand this virtual public hearing format is a bit different, so let's take a few minutes and explain the comment process, the most important part of this video. Given our current COVID-19 situation, the Beaumont District is asking the public to provide their input through verbal and written comments. The first way you can share your input is to provide your verbal testimony, similar to an in-person public hearing. The verbal testimony option is available starting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 28, 2020, and will be available until 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, May 13, 2020. Please call 409-898-5880 and leave a voicemail with your comment during that time. Your comments will be recorded and a response will be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. The voicemail system allows you to record a voicemail up to 3 minutes long, similar to the time provided during our standard in-person public hearing practice. In addition to providing the verbal testimony voicemail option, TxDOT is also encouraging written comments. Comments must be received or postmarked by Wednesday, May 13, 2020, to be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. You can submit written comments in the following ways. Email your comments to bmtprojects@txdot.gov. Mail your comments to TxDOT Project Manager, Texas Department of Transportation, 8350 East Tex Freeway, Beaumont, Texas 77708. Submit your comments online. Visit www.txdot.gov. In the Search TxDOT box in the upper right-hand corner, enter 10/69 Interchanges Virtual Public Hearing. Click on the Submit Your Comments button at the top right of the page or click on the email link at the bottom of the page. Again, most importantly, please be sure to submit your written and verbal testimony comments no later than Wednesday, May 13, 2020, which is 15 days after the original April 28, 2020 website posted date. The responses to your comments submitted during the comment period will be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. This report will be posted to the TxDOT website within the next few months. We appreciate your understanding with this comment process. The approximately 5-mile project would include widening I-10 from Walden Road to 7th Street and widening US 69 from Vannet Road to 11th Street. Widening I-10 in each direction from 4 to 5 lanes between Cardinal Drive and East X Freeway interchanges. Widening roadway approaches to the Cardinal Drive and East X Freeway interchanges on I-10 and US 69 would be widened in each direction from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. Adding new frontage roads for continuity, relocating I-10 ramps, and constructing 2-lane direct connectors, also known as flyovers, in each direction where I-10 and US 69 converge. Removing the Maury Myers Bridge, also known as Liberty Laurel Overpass, to address a height constraint for freight movements. Constructing continuous frontage roads with sidewalks along these frontage roads and upgrading drainage to meet current design standards. Why is this proposed project needed? The purpose of the project is to alleviate congestion, to provide a more reliable transportation and evacuation route, to enhance connectivity and mobility, and to address safety. The 2 I-10 interchanges within US 69 and Beaumont are a critical part of the national strategic freight network and hurricane evacuation capacity in southeast Texas. As you can see in the graphic, congestion is expected to increase based on our traffic predictions. As of today, 161,750 vehicles a day travel within the project area. By 2045, this number is expected to increase to an estimated 236,900 vehicles a day. Next, we would like to provide you with a summary of our public involvement efforts, giving you a quick look at how TxDOT used public feedback to guide the decision-making process. TxDOT held the first open house public meeting on April 16, 2019 at the Beaumont Civic Center. The public meeting was held to inform the public of the proposed 1069 Interchanges project and gather comments from the public, elected officials, and other interested stakeholders. TxDOT provided a series of online surveys throughout the public involvement process, including during the first public meeting. In total, TxDOT received nearly 600 comments from the public as part of the first public meeting outreach effort. The Beaumont District also received helpful feedback during the 2019 South Texas State Fair from the public visiting the TxDOT informational booth. TxDOT also learned from the first public meeting that the public ranked reduced congestion as the #1 priority they wanted addressed as part of the project development. In addition, TxDOT asked the public to prioritize ramp locations, and in that case, the College Street ramp ranked most important to preserve. Finally, TxDOT proposed a series of proposed alternatives at the first meeting. Along with additional research and findings gathered during the environmental process, as well as this helpful public feedback, the Beaumont District narrowed the alternatives, which were presented at the second public meeting. TxDOT held the second open house public meeting on September 17, 2019 at the Beaumont Civic Center. During this meeting, the Beaumont District continued to gather public feedback, as well as introduce potential aesthetic concepts featured as part of another online survey provided before and during the public meeting. In total, TxDOT received more than 200 comments from the public as part of the second public meeting outreach effort. From September 10, 2019 to October 11, 2019, TxDOT Beaumont District also received public input on the various aesthetic options being considered from the online survey. The oil and energy design concept ranked highest from the public. In addition, TxDOT conducted many stakeholder meetings and one-on-one meetings during the public involvement process, such as Bike and Pedestrian Stakeholder Meeting on August 22, 2019, ongoing communications with the Christus Hospital, ongoing communications with the Spindletop Rotary Club regarding the annual Southeast Texas Soapbox Derby along with the Derby representatives, and ongoing communications with the Myers family to discuss ways to continue the Maury Myers legacy. Let's switch gears now and talk about the proposed design changes. The updated design includes widening I-10 from Walden Road, or County Road 131, to 7th Street, and widening US 69 from Faunet Road, which is State Highway 124, to 11th Street. The roadway approaches to the Cardinal Drive and East Freeway interchanges would be widened in each direction from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. You can view these images in more detail on the TxDOT website as well. Between the Cardinal Drive and East Freeway interchanges, the roadway will be widened in each direction from 4 lanes to 5 lanes. Over the course of the next few slides, we'll be focused on the project renderings, what the project will look like. We recognize this may be difficult to see here. You can view these renderings in more detail on the TxDOT website. This is showing the aerial view of the proposed Cardinal interchange, which includes the connection of frontage roads across Hillebred Bayou and through the interchange to provide more local connections. The proposed design also includes 2-lane direct connectors between US 69 and I-10. This is showing the aerial view of the proposed East interchange. The drawing shows the connection of frontage roads through the interchange, providing more local connectivity. The proposed design also provides for increased capacity on the direct connectors between I-10 and US 69. The next few images we'll be showing you provides a proposed future look at the aesthetics design of the project area. This one in particular shows what a typical street crossing near the Cardinal interchange would potentially look like. We also wanted to point out that the public ranked oil and energy as well as biodiversity themes as the most popular aesthetic designs from our online surveys. Within each of the following designs, you'll see that these elements are included in each one. Again, this image shows you a proposed future look at the aesthetics design of the project area. This view looks at a typical street crossing design at the East interchange. This last aesthetic design theme focuses on a typical street crossing on the East interchange. The proposed project also includes removing the Maury-Myers Bridge, otherwise known as Liberty Laurel Overpass, to address the height constraint for freight. TxDOT continues discussion with the City of Beaumont and the Myers family about the aesthetics plan to maintain the commemoration of this connection. TxDOT considered raising the Maury-Myers Bridge to accommodate the freight clearance. However, additional impacts to adjacent properties and the local roadway would result from changing access to the bridge from intersecting streets. Such a change would also have eliminated access to 11th Street and Phelan Boulevard, since the bridge approaches would have to be extended and would end farther east and farther west, respectively. Next, we'll show you a few renderings of the proposed I-10 structure in this area. This rendering shows I-10 over the original Maury-Myers Bridge area. The bridge rail and columns that were unique to the Maury-Myers Bridge have now been recreated on the proposed overpass. This rendering shows the view underneath the proposed I-10 overpass with pedestrian connections. Also highlighted here are similar columns and lamp posts that were used on the original Maury-Myers Bridge. The proposed project is consistent with the Southeast Texas Regional Planning Commission Metropolitan Planning Organization efforts. This includes the Metropolitan Transportation Plan 2045 for the Jefferson Orange Harding Regional Transportation Study Area and their 2019-2022 Transportation Improvement Program. The proposed project will be funded with a combination of federal and state funds for a total of approximately $500 million. 2 project delivery methods are being evaluated, which includes a design-bid-build process and a design-build process. The Texas Department of Transportation intends to move the project forward upon approval and is assessing the most effective delivery method. The environmental study conducted for this project complies with the National Environmental Policy Act. In addition, the environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being or have been carried out by TxDOT pursuant to 23 United States Code 327. This also includes the Memorandum of Understanding dated December 9, 2019 and executed by the Federal Highway Administration and TxDOT. The environmental study identified and assessed potential impacts by the proposed project to the natural and human environment, including air quality, archaeological resources, non-archaeological historic properties, community and social impacts, biological resources including threatened and endangered species and vegetation types, hazardous materials, indirect and cumulative effects, traffic noise, and water resources. An environmental assessment was conducted for the proposed project. A copy of the environmental documents and technical reports that are available for public review can be found on the TxDOT website. As proposed, the project may impact less than an acre of wetlands. These impacts will be authorized under a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers permit. Portions of the project area lies within the 100-year floodplain. Design of this project will be conducted in accordance with the TxDOT Hydraulic Design Manual. Adherence to the TxDOT Hydraulic Design Manual ensures that this project will not result in a significant encroachment as defined by FHWA's rules. A traffic noise analysis was also conducted in accordance with state and federal guidelines. Noise abatement measures were evaluated and noise barriers were determined to be reasonable and feasible. For potential locations, a traffic noise workshop will be conducted with the adjacent property owners before proposing noise barriers as part of the project. Let's talk about the right-of-way acquisition process. Approximately 11 acres of additional right-of-way is anticipated as part of the proposed project, mostly within the East Tex Freeway interchange, including potential easements or right-of-way for drainage. Right-of-way remains unchanged at the Cardinal Drive interchange, but the right-of-way at the East Tex Freeway interchange is proposed to increase approximately 250 feet at its widest part. Proposed project will displace 41 commercial businesses in one government office within 12 commercial properties, and no residential displacements are anticipated. We invite you to review more information about the TxDOT Relocation Assistance Program concerning services and benefits for displaced persons and businesses if needed on the TxDOT website on www.txdot.gov. We wanted to also highlight the estimated project timeline. Look for the green "We Are Here" arrow, which indicates where we are in the project process right now. The virtual public hearing and availability of the draft environmental assessment phase is underway, and in the summer will focus on right-of-way acquisitions and utility adjustments. Construction, if the project is approved, will begin in summer 2021. Construction is anticipated to be completed in approximately 5 years. Continuous construction communication will be provided on the Beaumont District Twitter site and will feature more information about how to stay informed in just a few minutes. Let's recap how you can provide input about this project. The first way you can share your input is to provide your verbal testimony similar to an in-person public hearing. The verbal testimony option is available starting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 28, 2020, and will be available until 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, May 13, 2020. Please call 409-898-5880 and leave a voicemail with your comment during that time. Your comments will be recorded and the response will be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. The voicemail system allows you to record a voicemail up to 3 minutes long, similar to the time provided during our standard in-person public hearing practice. In addition to providing the verbal testimony voicemail option, TxDOT is also encouraging written comments. Comments must be received or postmarked by Wednesday, May 13, 2020 to be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. You can submit written comments in the following ways. Email your comments to bmtprojects@txdot.gov. Mail your comments to TxDOT Project Manager, Texas Department of Transportation, 8350 East Tex Freeway, Beaumont, Texas, 77708. Submit your comments online. Visit www.txdot.gov. In the Search TxDOT box in the upper right-hand corner, enter 10/69 Interchanges Virtual Public Hearing. Click on the Submit Your Comments button at the top right of the page or click on the email link at the bottom of the page. Again, most importantly, please be sure to submit your written and verbal testimony comments no later than Wednesday, May 13, 2020, which is 15 days after the original April 28, 2020 website posted date. The responses to your comments submitted during the comment period will be included in the virtual public hearing summary report. This report will be posted to the TxDOT website within the next few months. We encourage the public to stay informed about the project in the following ways. First, sign up to receive email updates. Visit www.txdot.gov and in the upper right-hand corner, enter 10/69 Interchanges Project in the search box. Click on the project page and then click on the upper right-hand button called Subscribe to Updates. When there is a project update, an email will be sent to you. We also invite you to view the various project materials on the TxDOT website. For example, detailed schematics that allow you to see the design up close are available online. Secondly, don't hesitate to contact the Beaumont District Office with any questions about the project. You can call 409-898-5732 Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or email bmtprojects@txdot.gov with any questions or comments at any time in the project development process. And don't forget to click on these links and follow us on Twitter for ongoing road closures and construction updates on the Beaumont District Twitter page. You can also keep up with TxDOT News on our Facebook page. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to submit your written and verbal testimony comments by Wednesday, May 13, 2020. Thank you again, and please stay safe. This concludes my presentation, and this virtual hearing is adjourned.